Hello everyone. During this class and in many other classes at Community College of Philadelphia, you may be asked to perform research. This research will then usually be incorporated into a project. In this course, specifically, you'll be asked to write a research paper. And the requirements for the research paper are outlined under the course information module titled the research paper. And you'll see all the requirements and the topics from which you can complete research to submit your project by the end of the semester. The reason that we ask you to perform a research paper in this course is to meet one of the major academic approaches of writing intensive. The purpose of this video is to show you how to conduct research while you're off campus. And the reason that I'm showing you how to conduct research while you're off campus is because many students who are taking online courses never really step foot on campus. If you are on campus and performing research, then you will be using the summons application through the library website. I will not be addressing that in this video. In this video, I'm specifically going to address how to conduct research from off campus. So it's pretty easy to find the library website. If you've never been able to access the library website from another location, you have to access it through your MyCCP page. So you log into your MyCCP page, and then you click on your student tab right here. Click on your student tab. You'll be shown a bunch of different options here. Under one of your important links, you'll actually find the library link. It's absolutely essential that you log in through your MyCCP account and click on the library here, because if you do not, then you will not have access to the databases. Many of the databases require login information, and by logging in through your MyCCP portal, you are providing that login information that is needed in order to access those databases. Once you reach the Library and Learning Commons website, you'll see here that, A to Z database list, A to Z listings. Right over here, you'll see the Summon Discovery Service. Remember, that's only available while you're on campus. It is not available off campus. Right here, you'll find the main page with the listings from A to Z of all of the different databases that you have available to you from CCP. This is a wonderful resource to use. I use it even not being a student here. I use it to conduct research. It's an amazing source for information. Now, as you scroll through, you'll see there's a lot of different databases. Some of these databases may not pertain to your subject that you choose from the list that I give you for your research project, but there is a wonderful amount of resources available for you here. A couple of my favorites are JSTOR, EBSCOhost. You can find the social science database as well. And I'll quickly show you how to conduct a little research on those databases. One quick area I want to show you before I scroll on is there is a wonderful resource that a lot of students aren't aware of called Canopy Streaming Service. This service here actually puts you in touch with a lot of documentaries and films that are new releases, old releases, but have a lot of information available in them. So make sure if you ever have time, you go back and look at the Canopy streaming services, and you might find some really interesting films that will, fulfill your appetite. Right above Canopy streaming services, you'll actually find one of my favorite databases, and this will be a wonderful source for you to use for your research paper. JSTOR has a wonderful collaboration of books excerpts, back files of journal articles, etc. And it's a wonderful resource. So quickly, I'm just going to show you. Click on JSTOR here, and this is how you will easily do some research. You'll be shown the home screen here, and you want to make sure you have full text here, because the reason is you don't want to just get the abstract. You'll find that a lot of times when you're doing research, you find this awesome article, you think it's an awesome article, but you forgot to click the full text box. If you fail to click the full text box, you're only going to get the abstract for information. And of course, for this project, we want the full text because you want to read through the full article in order to gain information to then incorporate into your paper. So you want to read and download, which is great because if you want to download, you can then save the file to a folder on your home computer or on a flash drive, and then you can keep all of your research material together to then have everything together so when you're writing your paper you can go back and forth. But for example, let's just type in gerrymandering. Let's see if there's anything on gerrymandering, because this is an important topic that we're going to cover this semester. I have full text. I want full text. Right down here you can, of course, if you want to have a different date range, if you know the publication title, you can fill it in. If you want articles or books or reviews, you want to have research reports. So there's a lot of information here. Now this will come in handy, this little checkbox, because you also are asked to incorporate into your paper a couple primary texts. Primary texts are books or pamphlets or current day information. So primary texts are really essential to learning a true research paper. Under the course information module for this research paper, you'll actually see that I have a document that lists out what primary texts mean. So, newspaper articles, they could also be letters from somebody. So, letters that were photocopied or books, etc. So you can click on that. And I'm going to have those clicked, and then I can go down here. Now, if you're looking for a little bit more and you want to expand below to see associated journals, you could do that. So if you just want to kind of narrow down your search, because sometimes we may get a large amount of information. So for example, if I want to say gerrymandering and Florida, I would put it in. And then I just hit click. Now look, we have 2,788 articles. There's 2,758 journals and 32 books that contain gerrymandering. Now, if I was doing research on my specific project for this course, I would definitely narrow down my topic, because going through 2,780 links here to find the information that I need is a little bit of a daunting task. So I would probably narrow down my search engine for this specific research project. But as you can see, in just about a couple minutes time, I have got my hands on 2,788 pieces of information that I could use in my research paper. I know one of the big things for students is getting overwhelmed with the internet. And notice I didn't even use the internet to search for any of this information. All of these articles are scholarly articles. A lot of them have been peer reviewed. So you want to make sure you look for legitimate information for your research paper. You do not want to use, your basic internet search to find information for a research project. And you'll also see here, so once I click on this, look, this is a book chapter from a book, and it's open access, which is great, so you can download the PDF of that book chapter, which is fantastic. You also have all the information here for the source, so you have all the information here for citations for it. You can also export the selected citations. So for example, if I click here on all of these, whichever ones I click on, right, I can then export my citations. So this is what I highly suggest you do. You download all of the articles that you really like, then you can export the citations, and you can export the citations to EasyBib or some other site, and then you have all of the information properly cited in MLA formatting, which means that you don't even have to worry about improper citations for your research paper. So the sky is endless in terms of, cite this item. I can easily cite this item. Look right here. I can copy and paste the link for each item, or I can do a mass batch export by using this tool up here. But as you can see, look at this. I could just copy this link and then start a reference page for myself outside. Now granted, I may not use all this information in my paper, but I already have everything listed there, and then I could delete the citations if I don't use those in my paper. So again, as you can see, in about 5 minutes, I've already started my research paper. Now, you will see and notice that on your proposal, so your proposal for your research paper, you'll actually be asked to list a couple resources already in proper MLA formatting. So this is where you can just do some basic research on what your project is. You'll write the name of whatever topic that I have given you. You choose one from the list, and then you could do some basic research on it, and then you can copy the links for the items and copy them into your proposal sheet. Now, I do think you should do a little basic research on the, I wouldn't just go through and copy all these without reading some of them, but I would be starting to get together all of my research for my paper. So as I submit my proposal, I'll at least have a file of all this different information I can access when I'm writing my paper. Well, I hope you found this video very helpful, and I hope it helped you realize that conducting research is really not as a huge hurdle as a lot of us think it is, especially with access to databases like we have at Community College of Philadelphia. Of course, feel free to reach out if you have any further questions about conducting research for your project.